Denon Home 250 Review. With plenty of advanced audio processing technology, the Denon Home 300 may look plain at first glance, but it delivers an impressive sound quality. While other high-end audio companies were confident enough to enter the digital age head-first, Denon has been struggling mightily. These are speakers designed to be used alone, but they're also suitable for use in a multi-room setup, so they can be joined together into a single audio system, or combined with other speakers to create a larger home theater system. They support both wired and wireless connections and are compatible with Apple AirPlay 2. It seems likely that the design of the Home 200 will be divisive. Obviously, you'll decide what works best for you. The basics are these: the Home 230 measures 29.5 by 11.5 by 21 centimeters and weighs 1.2 kilograms. Unless you're counting a recessed handle and a small LED lamp under the power button, the word design doesn't really fit. For me personally, the Home 230 is a useful item in much the same way a coffee cup or a crash is useful. Denon reckons its Home 250 speakers are available in black or white, but the beautifully finished and tactile acoustic cloth covering almost the entire chassis is yours in dark gray or vague light brown. In any event, Denon's build and finish standards are unrivaled by competitors at this price point. It has nothing special to say about the few exposed plastic parts, but the Denon stands out from others in this regard. There are several ways to get audio into the Home 250. Dual-band Wi-Fi is complemented by AirNay 2 and Bluetooth 4.1, and Denon's proprietary HEAS app allows there are physical inputs located at the back of the unit, near the bottom, next to the mains power connector and button for connecting to your home network. Once the music has been loaded onto the system, it is then sent through an amplifier capable of handling up to 192 kHz 24-bit. However, it's worth noting that only high-resolution audio from the NAS or USB storage will be played back at its highest quality. With HEAS, you can play back music from any source using the built-in speaker system. You can even use wireless speakers to listen to music wirelessly through Bluetooth. Once the digital information is converted into analog form, it's sent through two 19mm tweet speakers and two 102mm mid-range speakers firing from the back of the speaker. And then there's a passive radiator at the back of the speaker which sends out sound waves. Denon says that they intend to get a true stereo experience from the Home 250. So the tweet speakers are aimed outwardly so that they send out a wider range of sound than normal. The four main speakers are each fed by their own Class D amp, and together they produce an estimated 80 watts of total power. On the front panel of the Denon is an illuminated display featuring buttons for power, input selection, remote control, and a clock. Below the display are four buttons for playback functions including play pause, previous track, next track, and fast forward. A fifth button allows access to the Home 250 can now be controlled by Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and Apple Siri devices on the same Wi-Fi network. After more than 2 decades of waiting, the built-in microphones were finally activated so they could be used for native voice commands. With its ability to play back both 2D and 3D content, the Home 250 can act as a standalone TV for watching movies and playing games, but it can also serve as an additional source of entertainment when used with a compatible HEAS system. It can even be specified as a single room in a multi-room music system. To see if the Home 250 sounds good enough for our purposes, we recorded a 24-bit 192 kHz version of Moondog's Bird's Lament using a MacBook Air connected via USB cable to the Denon receiver. We then played back the 24-bit 192 kilobits per second version through the Denon system. On the whole, it's an excellent sounding speaker. It has good dynamics, and the soundstage is wide and deep. There's plenty of air for the mids and highs, but they don't seem to be pushed quite as hard as some speakers. Still, it's a pretty convincing performance overall. With the Home 350, there's enough power for most people to enjoy their music at home without having to turn up the volume too loud. It has a good level of bass extension, which makes it suitable for listening to music at home. On the high end of the frequency spectrum, the Denon offers a relatively safe experience. However, despite its lack of top-end sparkle, it has plenty of depth. On paper, the Denon AVR 3006 HSD sounds fantastic and offers good value for money. However, we found that its performance was inconsistent when compared to our reference AV receivers. However, if you're looking for something less expensive, you can stream the album through Spotify for free. Dynamic range isn't perfect, but it's good for most people listening to music at home. Allocating this sort of cash for a wireless speaker means that there are several options available. If you're already part of the Denon Home system, that's not really an issue, but for everyone else, there are at least two choices worth checking out. For example, the Sonos Move may not be absolutely perfect, but it certainly has its strengths. It can play music from a Sonos multi-room setup, it's portable and it has a larger and even more powerful sound than the Home 250 speaker. It looks similar to the Denon AVR S902H, but it'll cost you less than half as much. It'll be a bit smaller, but it'd be worth it if you're looking for an entry-level AV receiver. Bowers & Wilkins Flex speakers shouldn't be discounted, either. However, it's a powerful enough sound system for its size and an interesting alternative if you're looking for something small and discreet.